Hey, everybody. Welcome to the February meeting of the Federal Funds Partnership. We'll just give it another moment for folks to get on the meeting. While we're waiting, just a little bit of housekeeping. This meeting's being recorded. Please mute yourself when you arrive. We will have an opportunity to take questions at the end. So you can submit questions at any time through the Q&A, through the chat function, and we will take them in the Q&A portion of the meeting. We'll just get started in a moment.
All right, I think you can go ahead and get started.
Terrific. Why don't you move to the next slide? We are delighted that today we will be announcing the first round winners of the Municipal and Tribal Technical Assistance Program. We're thrilled that we're going to be joined by Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll to make the announcement. She has been today because of the storms. She's been out on the road visiting some folks who've been affected by the storm. So we'll get going, and when she's available, she'll come on the call. But we're thrilled that today we'll have an opportunity to really highlight some of the terrific municipal projects that we're supporting through the Municipal and Tribal Technical Assistance Program, as well as some of the RPAs that we're supporting as well. We will then give a few updates on what's been going on at the federal level, some of the work that the Federal Funds and Infrastructure Office has been doing with communities across Massachusetts, as well as highlighting some of the open federal funding opportunities that we've been tracking and that we can help you with. And then we will have a presentation from our wonderful Director of Rural Affairs, Ann Goby, who is going to walk through the Community One Stop program that's available to communities in Massachusetts. And then we will have a question and answer session. So if you could move to the next slide. As many of you know, when the legislature passed the federal funds bill a couple of years ago, one of the provisions that the legislature put in there was to really allow us to support cities, towns, and tribes in the hard work of getting ready to apply for federal grants, doing design and engineering, grant writing, some of the implementation, some of the really hard initial work. And that formed the basis for the Municipal and Tribal Technical Assistance Program, as well as the TARPA program that we've been implementing. This program is still open. And we'll have additional rounds. But today we're delighted to be able to announce the first wave of winners of the program. As these first awards represent some really tremendous work by many of you on the call to bring these projects forward. And we hope that through these new resources, as well as through this partnership, we're going to be in a position to support some really terrific projects. I also just want to thank some of our colleagues on the South Shore and the Cape and the islands. I know that this has been a particularly difficult time, and some folks have not had an opportunity to join us. And just want to give a shout out to everybody who is trying to help your communities through this time. But I want to walk through a few of these new awards. The town of Agawam is receiving $50,000 to offset some of the costs related to the IRS direct pay tax credit program. The town of Barnstable is receiving $75,000 to support permitting requirements for fish passage in the Upper Marston Mills Pond. City of Brockton is receiving $125,000 to cover an application fee with the EPA for credit assistance in the Aquaria desalination plant in Dighton. City of Gardner, $150,000 to support planning and analysis relating to a downtown economic impact project and some really great economic development work there in Gardner. City of Lawrence, $70,000 to hire additional staff to manage the Safe Streets and Roads for All grant. $200,000 to the City of Lynn to hire personnel in support of pursuit of federal funds for a shoreline restoration and land acquisition project in the South Harbor neighborhood. $7,500 to Nantucket to offset costs to file for the IRS direct pay tax credit. This is a wonderful new opportunity through the Inflation Reduction Act. $4,000 to the City of Newburyport, also for the Inflation Reduction Act direct pay tax credit program. North Shore Community Development Corporation, $195,000 to hire a consultant and support filing for HUD Section 202 funding for a senior housing project. $47,000 to the town of Stoneham for a direct pay clean energy project, and $16,500 to West Hampton to offset costs to file for the IRA direct pay tax credit program. So we're really thrilled, and congratulations to all of the awardees of this first round. And we are thrilled that there will be the opportunity for folks to pursue these programs in future award rounds. We do have some more resources available, and we know that a number of you are continuing to reach out to us. As you can see, the awards here range from $4,000 to $200,000. We are trying to be very flexible in terms of supporting a wide range of needs. Some of that is to cover tax assistance, some of it is application fees, some of it is consulting, some of it is personnel, but we really want to be flexible in supporting cities, towns, and tribes, as well as some regional organizations in pursuing some of these. It also represents a really wide range of different kinds of projects. So there's some great resilience projects, transportation, clean energy, housing, economic development, and we've tried to really cover, the entire state with these awards, but also with this program. And we hope to continue to bring resources to bear to support you in moving forward these really important projects. We're here to help, and we want to be able to use the resources the legislature gave us in order to help you move some of these projects forward. So congratulations to all of the awardees for the first round. And one of the things we want to make really clear is that this is just the first round of funding. This is an ongoing program. We have a rolling application process, and you can continue to apply for these resources. And we will continue to review those applications, and there will be future rounds of awards. You can see on the screen, and we'll put in the chat information for those of you who don't know about the program to learn more about how to apply for the Municipal and Tribal Technical Assistance Program. The grants are available to support planning, feasibility studies, grant writing, post-award implementation support, hiring personnel. And we're really thrilled to move this project forward and have the first set of awards come out. I also just want to thank all of you who took the time to apply for these programs. I know it's a lot of work even to ask for help in applying for programs. And so thank you. I also want a big shout out to the Federal Funds and Infrastructure Office team, Rafi Friedman-Gerspan, Mallory Strain, Sam Fritz, Mehar Jauhar, Amy Ination, Bob Baraka. The whole team has been really involved in making these projects work and moving them forward. And we're just really thrilled to move this project forward. If you move to the next slide, I also want to highlight that this program is one of the components of the federal funds bill that was passed by the legislature a couple of years ago. In addition to the almost $1 million worth of MTTA awards we're announcing today, we are also making awards through the Technical Assistance for Regional Planning Agencies program to each of our 13 regional planning agencies in the state. This is going to help the RPAs provide the really invaluable support that they provide to cities and towns, technical assistance, grant development, project development, implementation support, project scoping, financial analysis, planning and feasibility studies. The other thing I want to mention is that we're really focused on being a whole of government effort. I know we have some colleagues from MassDOT on the line, and they presented to you in the past about their LEAP program, which is another technical assistance program that is closely allied with the MTTA and TARPA programs. And we're trying really hard, as you can hear in a moment from Ngobi, about some of the programs that the Executive Office of Economic Development and other agencies are offering for communities. We really want to help you navigate the resources that are available, not only through the federal government, but also through state agencies. So we're really thrilled to have our first funding round announced today. And hopefully we'll hear from the LG in a few minutes. But moving to the next slide, I wanted to give you a little bit of a sense of some of what's been going on in Washington. As you all know, this has been an extremely challenging time in terms of the relationship, the federal funding relationship between the states and the federal government. And one of the ways that we are working with you to stay on top of some of those challenges is through a website that the governor set up called mass.gov/FedImpact. This is an effort to really track and monitor and understand some of the impacts that federal funding cuts have had on Massachusetts. This particular slide represents the impact that we've seen to the Massachusetts State Treasury so far. So that is a combination of the cuts that executive branch agencies have made to federal programs and some of the impacts of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act that have already come to Massachusetts. This is, however, only a portion of the impact of the changes at the federal level that we've seen and we're likely to see. And that's because we have not yet experienced all of the impacts of Medicaid cuts, of SNAP cuts, of cuts to support for the health insurance exchanges. And also, these cuts don't represent all of the impacts that cities, towns, tribes, nonprofits, businesses, and individuals have experienced outside of the impact on the Treasury. However, we do have an opportunity for you to come to this website and help make us aware of some of the challenges that you're facing. And one of the things that we really try to do here at the Federal Funds and Infrastructure Office is be a resource to you as you navigate these situations, point you to resources, answer questions, and be partners with you as the Federal Funds Partnership suggests in navigating this challenging time. So you can contact us through the website, mass.gov/FedImpact, and let us know about what you're experiencing, how we can help. You also can contact us at fedfundsinfra@mass.gov at any time about federal funding related questions, and we respond to every email that comes to us through that email address. If you move to the next slide. We're also very much monitoring the impact that Congress will have and has had on the federal funding situation. Recently, there was recently the Congress did pass 11 of the 12 annual appropriations bills. As many of you know, Congress was unable to reach a resolution on the budget for the Department of Homeland Security. There was a brief stopgap funding measure for that agency, but that has now expired. And so we are currently in a partial government shutdown. This is affecting some of the DHS agencies that many of them did receive some funding from the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. And so some of those agencies are still funded, and some of them are operating on a limited basis. So we will continue to track the situation with the federal budget, and happy to be a resource to you as we monitor those changes. We've also seen some congressionally directed spending come through for Massachusetts, and we work very closely with our terrific federal delegation to support them and help them support you in our joint work of trying to bring federal resources to Massachusetts. Moving to the next slide, what I'd love to do, I'll give you, we are here to help you, and we always want to be a resource for you. These meetings are part of that, and please feel free if there are colleagues that you'd like us to invite to these meetings. They're monthly meetings, and we try to bring good, actionable information to you on a regular basis. We also make the materials from these meetings available on our website, as well as up-to-date information on federal funding opportunities, little videos of the presentations we have at these meetings. We're active on social media, particularly on LinkedIn, so please follow us and engage with us there. And as I mentioned, the Fed Funds infra@mass.gov email address is monitored constantly, and feel free to reach out to us anytime, even if what you're looking for is how should you be interacting with the Healey-Driscoll Administration? How can we get you in touch with colleagues across the government? We're happy to try to help point you to resources elsewhere in the state government and quasis. Moving to the next slide. What I'd love to do right now is turn it over to my colleague Mallory, who can walk through some of the federal funding opportunities that we're tracking. Mallory?
Thanks, Quentin. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everyone's staying safe from the storm and arms aren't too sore from shoveling. I'm going to walk through a few of the recently opened federal grant opportunities. So first, we have two grants available through the Department of Justice's Bureau of Justice Assistance. First is the Public Safety and Mental Health Initiative, which supports service networks that address untreated mental illness and substance use. So this initiative provides funding to support activities in 4 key areas. Those areas are crisis stabilization centers, treatment services, housing access, and electronic health record systems and technology modernization. Eligible applicants include state and local governments, federally recognized tribes, and certain nonprofit organizations. The maximum award is $3 million. And for match, there is an escalating match requirement. So the grant opportunity stipulates that for a 3-year project that's funded through the grant, in the first 2 years, the project budget match requirement is 20%. And in the 3rd year, the match requirement is 40%. So it escalates over time. And the deadline to apply is March 30th, 2026. So the second grant we have is the Local Law Enforcement Crime Gun Intelligence Center Integration Initiative. So this opportunity seeks to address firearm-related crime. In partnership with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, the initiative hopes to assist local law enforcement in using intelligence and technology to identify firearm crime and its sources. Eligible applicants include state and local governments, federally recognized tribes, as well as others. And there's no match requirement for this program. And the maximum award is $700,000. The deadline to apply is March 30th as well. Last program that I want to highlight is through the Environmental Protection Agency. This is the Wetland Program Development Grants. So this assists eligible applicants in developing or refining territory or local programs that protect, manage, and restore wetlands. The goal of the program is to restore wetland acreage and improve wetland conditions over time. Eligible applicants include state and local governments, federally recognized tribes, higher education, and others. The maximum award is $350,000. There is a minimum 25% match requirement, and the deadline to apply is April 24th, 2026. If you have questions about these programs, feel free to let us know. We're always happy to talk offline and connect with relevant agencies. Thanks so much. Back to you, Quentin.